Okay, so today's been one of those days where I'm somewhat struggling. Not in a bad way, but in a sense that I just think it's more of a mind thing at the moment. And I think this is just because I'm trying to figure out things and find things to get myself to keep myself from losing my mind. Now, I will put out that if you're not subscribed, make sure to go subscribe to my channel because I am uploading to the channel as we speak. Matter of fact, I've got scheduled videos coming up, one of which was actually posted as of today. And then we got for the next, up until I think the 10th, I have videos uploading at noon every day. Now, make sure to, let's see, I'm going to do this because this, all right. Sorry, I'm trying to get something put. All right. Holy crap, my stress is getting to me for no apparent reason. You know when you're like having a stressful day, but you're not sure where the stress is coming from? Let's just say it involves me not liking my mood today. Not sure why. I know I just don't. And no, I'm not blaming work for this because this is actually something that I've been in the position of doing. And work is fun because I know I've had my ups and downs with it. But there are times where I just struggle with it a little bit. One thing that my boss, which bless his heart, he's awesome. Anytime I'm stressed or my anxiety's high, he'll remind me, just submerge yourself in the work, which I tend to do what I can on doing such. And I try to filter through what could be possible on what's causing my stress and anxiety. And usually I can manage to pull something. It's not always perfect, but at more than half the time it's usually there just for the sake of being there, which makes me question a little bit. Though I will say it hasn't gotten it's not been terribly bad, which is awesome because it doesn't, sometimes it tends to cause me to have depression, but it's more of a rare thing for me to have that. Now, if you're looking for stuff to do or things to watch, I will highly encourage the idea of joining or subscribing to my channel, because I've recently also gotten what's it called? Ethernet cable for my computer, because I've gotten to a point where I'm tired of having to deal with slow internet connection, especially with my room being in the basement currently. And if you look at the pattern in my, I want to say my live stream section, you'll see that I got connections that are actually much more stable. That's because, what is this? This is something that can't get plugged. Sorry, I'm at work and I'm easily stressed for the basic stuff. Though I'm trying to bottle that up right now because it's not helping my case with trying to get. Why do we keep moving this plug? I'm literally not understanding. My mental capacity is starting to die off with every cord that gets tangled at work. But to go off of certain events, I'm not trying to like call anybody out, but depending on where you go or where you work, if you're in an environment where your management is crap, and for those that are watching this that know what I'm talking about, and you're thinking that I'm trying to bash you as management, think again, because this is actually for other places. I'm not one to really talk negative about most places because I've had good luck with most places. However, I have had places where I would request the idea or request a change of employment status from a certain position to another position. Mind you, this is just a thing that I've had issues with in the past with previous places. To give an example, let's say you are trying to go from part-time to full-time. You're not doing it because you want to. You're doing it because, or you're making a request because you might be married. You might have kids. You might end up doing something. It just depends. I totally get it. Anyways, moving away from that, because that kind of causing my depression to slowly start kicking in. Moving into the link that has been put into the chat that I'm going to be pinning. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm in a position where I can't really touch much. But the link that's in the chat, I've already had 3 of you utilize or at least click on it. If you're confused about it, I can explain it to you. But to give a general idea, to give it to the general viewers, that link allows me to gain a small price back, which would be nice to get because I want it to go towards having to have more abilities with StreamYard, not just what the basic plan is. And yeah. I'd have to go back and look at the plans because I know there's at least 3 tiers, maybe 4, give or take. Right now I'm on the basic plan, which will only get me certain number of people to join me on the live stream. I've got a friend who's most likely at work, who I would hope to find or have join me, but can't because he's in a public setting. I'm not. I know I'm not trying to brag or anything, but I'm just putting it out there. When it comes to live streaming, though, that's where I'm going to end up having to start placing ideas in. I'm actually also going to start using live streams as a journal-like purpose, is because I've been having more days where I'm struggling over something stupid. Now, you're probably going to be asking or saying, you're probably going to say, well, we don't want to hear you complain about anything. Hear me out. The reason why I'm warning you now is because I just need to be able to have the capability of venting, with the exception of your guys' comments, which is why I also genuinely encourage the idea of you guys having to subscribe to the channel so that way we can discuss things. Plus, I like discussing things, even if it's just basic stuff. Though, be careful, because I know a lot of you are going to be struggling with a lot of topics, but I will guarantee you guys, have an open mind, especially when it comes to certain topics such as religion, race, skin color. Though I will put out there now, if you're the type to have or be a part of the LGBTQ stuff, be warned, I am going to be bashing on that topic if you guys are going to talk about it. Now, is it going to be a topic that I will be bringing up? Probably. Is it a topic that will continually be a thing? Most likely not. Now, for those, if you're going to comment, just be aware. I'm not going to ignore you. I'm not one to ignore people when it comes to doing live streams when I'm at work, because I don't like doing it. But when I'm at work, that's literally my only choice but to ignore them. Now, if you've made it thus far in the live stream, I appreciate you for sticking around and just enjoying the live stream at least. It's not easy finding people to have listening to me yap and whatnot. Answer me this, and this could be something that might get improved upon, because this may be something that might actually, better yet, in the chat, whether it's now or after the live stream ended, if you're watching this after the live stream ended and you made it this far, great. If not, I think your audio might be broken. But if you have and your audio is kind of spotty, let me know. because YouTube lately has been giving me a bit of a hard time. And what I mean by that is it's saying that I've got to wait a certain amount of time, once again, with uploading. Only because it thinks I'm a fraud. YouTube, you should be ashamed of yourself. I'm not speaking for myself. I'm seriously speaking for other YouTubers. Whether it's YouTubers that are daily content creators, or if they're just like every so often like myself. I know you guys have standards. I know you have policies. I know you have a shit ton of stuff, a crap ton of stuff that involves policies, rules, laws, you name it. But the way you guys do things is utterly ridiculous. Now, I am going to put out in the open now. I'll still use YouTube as a live streaming platform, but only to the point where if anything gets out of hand, such as being told that I need to wait for another period of time for when it comes to uploading, that's where we're going to have problems. Now, moving over to the topic of Rumble. I'm probably going to start doing live streams over there starting this next week when I get paid again. The reason for this is because even though half of you aren't following me, that's fine. I'm not against you guys not. I'm just saying I'm going to most likely start moving over to there because I've recently been able to upload better over there anyways. So uploading onto Rumble is going to be still taking a little bit of time. It's not as long. Holy crap, my body's killing me. It's wanting me to like overload itself. I think I found out my problem. The kind of day when it's one of those days where I'm trying to figure out what my mind's trying to pull. Come to realize it's my body that's trying to shut itself down, even though I've been up like super early. And super early to me is 5 a.m. It's like, it's just a little after, it's just about 2:30 now. Brain's just not wanting to have it today. Yeah, and speaking of, part of the reason why my body is not wanting to function today is because I've had struggles with my devices, meaning I try to stay calm about this because this is one of those things that I easily get like frustrated with. And yes, I've been told many times. Anyways, but to go off of the whole issue of devices, I'll even admit, I'm addicted to devices no matter at the time of day. And I tend to take having electronics for granted. Is it easy trying to avoid using social media? No. However, what I like to do to try to avoid social media as much as I can is get most of my social media information through my parents mostly, because it's not worth my time. And yes, you're going to be hearing noise throughout this live stream. Noise that probably is noise you probably don't want to listen to. Now, I am going to put out in the open currently. If you're one to look for stuff to do, such as collaborations, and you're curious to know where I'm at, please do not hesitate to email me. My email is in my bio for a reason. Here's my card. I don't know where I left it. Brain is overload. Now, normally I will say now with work, there's a reason why. I've stated this in previous live streams especially when I'm at work. The reason, half the time when I'm not showing or not having the camera turned on, it's not because I don't want to show my face. It's because of personal information that I have signed on my name on to not making sure to not show. I'm only doing the live stream without the camera because it's giving me the chance to process and understand things. Now, if you've seen or heard of the one gentleman who's a registered nurse by the name of Dr. Mike, and yes, I know of him, but I don't know him personally. The one thing I will say, though, is it would be cool to meet him, but will it be one of those dreams come true? Most likely not. Which I'm okay with, because I'm not a huge, if I don't see him, or meet him, I'm gonna die kind of person. I was the same way with Donny Osmond when it came to meeting him. I actually got to meet Donny Osmond, though, which, if any of you don't know who he is, I would encourage you to go look him up on YouTube by searching in either. He's rather famous for the movie he starred in that Andrew Lloyd Webber put together. Excuse me. By the name of Joseph and the Technicolor Dreamcoat. I actually grew up on that movie, and I adore that movie. But to go off of what you'll end up hearing in some of these live streams, which I've yet to hear them announce this yet today, is if you hear noises that sound like they're coming from the overhead intercom in the distance, that would be our ER calling for other, like, more assistance. If it's like a trauma or something, they will announce it, but I'm surprised they haven't made any announcements with any today, so. Holy crap, I'm like mentally overloaded right now. And yes, I am having one of those days where it just feels long and it feels like I'm taking forever. With being up as early as 5:30, I'm probably going to be here for another good hour, maybe a little less than an hour. Oh my gosh, I just inhaled. You know how when you go to inhale and you end up with like something that like trickles down your throat and it's like, what the heck did I just inhale? And it's like a speck of dust of some kind. Yeah, that's what I just witnessed for my own self. Excuse me. Also, Thomas, if you're watching this, careful with your comments, please. There's a reason why I say that, because he and I actually have the most oddest calls. Mind you, the calls are always consisting of the same stuff every time we do a call. But to give an idea of how our friendship became a thing, which is rather amusing, it all started where we knew very little of each other. But as time had gone on and we got to know each other, we've grown to be close friends with each other. Now, if you're not familiar, those that are not familiar with this particular group, not religious group, but more of just a faith. I grew up, and he also grew up in a church that is called the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. More information will come later if any of you have any more interest in that. But he's currently serving a mission that we call a service mission. And what it entails is it's a twist of our proselyting mission, or proselyting missionaries. And instead of preaching, it's more of just serving the community. But that's what he's currently doing. But now, see, I'm getting ahead of myself. The way we tend to function between each other is quite satisfyingly interesting, and it's so fun. What we tend to do is I'll always answer the phone when he calls by saying, Microsoft Services, how can I screw your day over? And he's not the only one that I actually answer the phone with that startup. When it comes to making friends or learning about people, even if it's of other faith viewpoints. Now, don't get me wrong. I've met people, a few people, one of which being a Baptist. Now, don't get me wrong. I adore people, no matter the faith. However, the only downside with some people, as far as I saw a thing somewhere, whatever. If you're the type to cram certain things down my throat, that's where I'll tell you, be careful, because not everyone's going to be on the same page as you. But when both my friend and I will like call each other, let's say I call him, more than half the time he doesn't answer the call, and when he calls back, it usually results in me having karma. Mind you, this is karma that I don't mind having to hit me. So, for example, Microsoft Services are going to screw your day over, and he'll half the time he'll say, "You already screwed it over by just talking." And I'll be like, "Really?" Because it doesn't sound like it. And he'll respond with, "Pretty much." All right, I'm going to open the floor at this point to you guys to make your discussions. I'm going to start trying to get in the habit of actually opening the discussions to you guys, because I want to see where you guys sit with certain topics, some of which I may have touched upon, but in the sense that you might want to talk on certain topics more. Now, I might end up taking a break from social media. Oh, that reminds me. I have been thinking about taking a break from social media. However, I am creating a loophole for myself, because this is something that maybe something you guys may want to look into considering. If you guys are interested in collaborating with me, like I stated before a little bit ago, I've stated this in the past as well. I don't mind you guys emailing me. Oh, you know what? I think I see a problem. And this is more of an easy fix for me. There's an email that I have in the bio that I need to take down. Oh, and get this. I'm gonna be reinstating my Venmo account because I need to get it closed. Because my account apparently isn't hooking up to my bank account, and Venmo, if you're also seeing this, get your crap together, please, because a lot of us are trying to use you guys, and you guys have made it a little bit of a challenge for us to utilize, because Either we get kicked out of our account, or you guys just don't seem to update yourself. And it's made it a challenge for a lot of us. It's like I'm almost done anyways, because okay, I need to go back into the other ones and figure stuff out, because I need to check out on some stuff. All right, let's see here. Come here, you stupid cat. All right, I need to figure something out. I will see you guys in the next live stream, just because I got to figure something out with time. So, see you guys in the next live stream.